A struggling single mother and her perceptive daughter inadvertently save a cold-hearted billionaire CEO from a public panic attack, sparking an unlikely connection that forces all three to confront their deepest wounds. When corporate betrayal threatens to destroy him, the woman he once dismissed becomes his unexpected savior, proving that true power comes not from boardrooms, but from the courage to be human. The October rain hammers the cobblestones outside Le Ciel Bleu, Manhattan's most exclusive French restaurant. Through the golden-lit windows, crystal chandeliers cast prisms across white tablecloths where the city's elite dine on $40 appetizers. Maya Torres, 32, stands under the awning clutching her daughter's hand. Her waitress uniform from the diner peeks beneath a thrift store coat. Water drips from her dark hair, plastered to her exhausted face. She checks her phone. One final message from her ex-husband's lawyer about the custody hearing in 3 days. "Mama, it's so pretty," whispers 7-year-old Sophia, pressing her nose against the glass. Her mismatched mittens, one pink, one purple, leave small prints on the window. "Baby, we can't," Maya starts, but Sophia's already pushing through the brass door. A wall of warmth and wealth hits them. Women in Chanel, men in Tom Ford, the scent of truffle and aged wine. Every head turns. The maitre d', Philippe, glides forward like a shark in a tuxedo. His smile is glacial. "Madame, I believe you're looking for—" "The bathroom," Maya says firmly, though her voice shakes. "My daughter needs the bathroom." Philippe's eyes rake over her worn shoes, the frayed hem of her coat. "Our facilities are for patrons only, please." Maya's pride cracks. She's 7. She's been holding it for 6 blocks. From the corner VIP booth, Alexander Cross watches the scene unfold. At 39, he's Manhattan's youngest self-made billionaire, CEO of Crosstech Industries. His $3,000 suit fits like armor. His ice blue eyes miss nothing. He's been sitting alone for 20 minutes, staring at an untouched scotch, waiting for his brother James, his CFO, his best friend, the only person he trusts. Another no-show, another disappointment. His chest tightens. The walls inch closer. "Not here. Not now." "Philippe." His voice cuts through the restaurant's murmur. "Let them use the facilities." Every conversation stops. Alexander Cross doesn't speak to service staff. Alexander Cross doesn't notice anyone. Philippe stutters. "Mr. Cross, our policy has just changed." Scene 4. Sophia's intervention. Maya grabs Sophia's hand, ready to flee to the bathroom and escape. But Sophia pulls free and walks straight to Alexander's table. "You're sad," she announces, tilting her head. "Why are you eating alone? That's the saddest thing ever." Alexander stares at this small creature in a lumpy purple coat. Up close, he sees her shoelaces are different colors. One shoe has a duct tape patch, but her eyes, huge and brown and impossibly kind, see straight through him. "Sophia," Maya rushes over, horrified. "I'm so sorry, sir." She doesn't understand. "I lost my teddy bear once," Sophia continues, ignoring her mother. "I cried for 3 whole days. My mama says it's okay to be sad. She says crying is just your heart taking a bath." Something cracks in Alexander's chest. He blinks rapidly. "Sophia now." Maya's face burns with humiliation. "Sir, please forgive. What's your name?" Alexander asks the child, his voice rough. "Sophia Maria Torres. I'm 7 3/4. "What's yours?" "Alexander." "That's a long name. Can I call you Alex?" Maya wants the floor to swallow her. But Alexander, this man in his fortress of money and power, almost smiles. "No one calls me Alex." "Then I'll be the first," Sophia beams. "Join me," Alexander hears himself say. The words shock him as much as they shock Maya. "Oh, we couldn't possibly," Maya begins. "Mama, he's lonely," Sophia whispers loudly. "Remember what Abuela says? We always help lonely people." Alexander gestures to Philippe, who appears like a ghost. Another setting. The child's menu. "Mr. Cross, I must advise. Now." Maya should refuse. She has exactly $17 in her purse. She has 2 shifts tomorrow. She has a custody hearing where her ex-husband's lawyers will paint her as an unfit mother because she works too much, earns too little, lives in a tiny apartment in Queens. But Sophia is already climbing into the booth, and Maya sees something in this stranger's eyes, a drowning kind of loneliness she recognizes in her own mirror. "Just water for me," Maya says quietly, sliding in. Sophia can have. "The lady will have the special," Alexander tells Philippe. "The child will have whatever she wants. Send over Henry." Scene 6. The Clash of Worlds. Henry, the head chef, arrives personally, a first in his 15-year career. Sophia orders mac and cheese. Alexander orders the same. Maya's hands shake as she touches the heavy silverware. Across the restaurant, the group of society women at a corner table lean together, whispering. Maya recognizes one. Victoria Ashford, a regular at the diner where Maya works mornings. Victoria once left her a 5-cent tip on a $40 bill. "Isn't that the waitress from that dreadful place in Queens?" Victoria's voice carries, designed to. With Alexander Cross, impossible. "Look at her coat. I wouldn't donate that to Goodwill." Sophia's smile falters. Maya's jaw tightens. She starts to rise. "Don't." Alexander's voice is steel. He raises his voice, projecting across the restaurant. "I'm conducting a business meeting. If anyone has a problem with my guests, they're welcome to dine elsewhere." Silence. Victoria's face purples. But the damage is done. Maya feels it in her bones. The difference between their worlds, wide as an ocean. Scene 7. The Child's Bridge. "Why do rich people wear so much jewelry?" Sophia asks, breaking the tension. "It looks heavy. My mama says heavy things make you slow." Alexander finds himself laughing. Actually laughing. "When was the last time?" "Your mama sounds wise." "She's the wisest and the strongest. She works 3 jobs and never complains." "Well, almost never." Sophia stage whispers. "She cries sometimes at night when she thinks I'm sleeping. But I always know." Maya's eyes fill. "Sophia, it's true, Mama. You're a superhero without a cape." Alexander watches Maya Torres fight tears. He sees the exhaustion carved into her face, the way her shoulders carry invisible weights. He sees himself, or who he used to be, before money became armor. "What do you do?" he asks her directly. Maya meets his gaze. Pride wars with shame. "I wait tables at Mel's Diner, mornings. I clean offices downtown, afternoons. I do data entry from home, nights. I'm also studying online for my nursing degree." "You're a nurse?" "Working on it. 2 years in, 3 to go." "Why nursing?" Maya looks at Sophia. "Because I want her to see that you can rebuild yourself. That where you start doesn't have to be where you end." Alexander feels something shift in his chest, a glacier beginning to crack. James Cross finally arrives, 40 minutes late. He's Alexander's younger brother by 2 years. Handsome where Alexander is austere. Charming where Alexander is cold. He slides into the booth beside Sophia. "Alex, sorry I'm late. Board meeting ran over." His eyes flick to Maya and Sophia. "You've made friends?" "James, this is Maya Torres and her daughter, Sophia." Charming. James's smile doesn't reach his eyes. He pulls Alexander aside. "We need to talk, privately, later." It's about the merger. It's urgent. Alexander's jaw tightens. The Takahashi merger. 6 months of negotiations. A $3 billion deal. His legacy project. 10 minutes, he tells Maya. I'll be right back. Scene 9, the betrayal seats. In the private alcove, James leans close. The board wants to push the vote to next week. Chen and Whitmore are getting cold feet. They committed. Alex, you've been distracted lately. Distant. The board thinks. I don't care what they think. This deal happens Friday. Just be careful. You have enemies you don't see. Alexander returns to find Sophia showing Maya a drawing on her napkin. A stick figure family holding hands. That's you, me, and Alex, Sophia explains. We're friends now. Maya tries to protest, but something in the simple drawing pierces her heart. When did Sophia last draw a family with a father figure? Ah. Scene 10, the medical crisis. Victoria Ashford stands, making a show of leaving. As she passes their booth, she accidentally knocks her wine glass towards Sophia. Maya catches it midair, reflexes honed by years of waitressing, but the movement is sudden. Sophia gasps. Maya's hand is bleeding, cut by the glass stem. How clumsy, Victoria says coldly. Alexander explodes. Get out. But the commotion triggers something else. An elderly man, 3 tables over, Thomas Whitmore, board member, billionaire real estate mogul, clutches his chest and slumps forward. Someone call 911, his wife screams. Chaos erupts. People freeze, filming on phones. Philippe runs in circles. Maya moves. She's at Whitmore's side in seconds, checking his pulse, loosening his collar. Sir, can you hear me? Sir. His lips are blue, not breathing. Someone find a defibrillator. Maya barks. Her voice transforms, authoritative, calm, trained. You, call 911, tell them possible cardiac arrest. You, clear this space. She begins CPR. Perfect compressions. Counting aloud. Sophia watches her mother become someone else, someone powerful. Alexander freezes. He should do something, say something, but he can't move. The walls close in. His heart races. Panic attack. His secret shame, the weakness he hides. After 90 seconds that feel like hours, Whitmore gasps, breathing. Maya doesn't stop until the paramedics arrive. They take Whitmore away. His wife grabs Maya's hands. You saved his life. Thomas he's my whole world. Thank you. Thank you. Maya, shaking now with adrenaline, just nods. The restaurant erupts in applause. Victoria Ashford has disappeared. Alexander stares at this woman he dismissed minutes ago as just another struggling single mother. She's magnificent. Where did you learn that? He asks. I was a paramedic. Before. Maya's voice cracks. Before my ex-husband made me choose between my career and our marriage. I chose wrong. Sophia hugs her mother's legs. You chose right, Mama. You chose me. Philippe leads them to a private dining room. Apologies stammering from his lips. Alexander waves him away. They sit in leather chairs worth more than Maya's annual rent. Sophia falls asleep on a velvet couch, clutching her napkin drawing. Tell me, Alexander says. It's not a request. And Maya, exhausted, emotionally raw, with nothing left to hide, tells him, I met Rick when I was 23. I was a paramedic, working my way up. He was a pharmaceutical rep, charming, ambitious. We married fast. I got pregnant, faster. Maya's voice is flat, rehearsed from therapy. He wanted a wife who made him look good at company dinners. I wanted to save lives. We fought, constantly. What happened? One night, I had a shift during his boss's retirement party. Critical accident victim. I chose the ambulance. He chose divorce. She laughs bitterly. Funny thing is, I don't regret saving that man. I regret marrying someone who asked me to choose. Sophia is my entire world. But Rick wants custody now. He's remarried. Some corporate lawyer. Big house in Greenwich. His lawyers say I'm unstable. Work too much. Can't provide stability. Her voice breaks. The hearing is Thursday. I'm terrified. Alexander's fists clench. You saved a man's life tonight. You're studying for your degree while working 3 jobs. You're raising a beautiful, kind, brilliant child alone. Try telling that to a family court judge. I had a panic attack tonight, Alexander admits suddenly. He never admits weakness. Never. When Whitmore collapsed, I froze. I couldn't move, couldn't breathe. Maya looks at him, really looks, sees past the suit, the power, the money. How long? 5 years, since my parents died. Car accident, black ice, instant. I was supposed to be driving them that night. Board meeting ran late. James took them instead. He walked away with a scratch. They didn't. His voice is hollow. I built an empire to prove I deserved to survive. But some nights, I can't breathe in my own skin. That's why you were alone tonight. Always alone. Safer that way. Sophia stirs in her sleep, murmuring, "Don't be sad, Alex." They both smile through tears. "You're not alone right now," Maya whispers. Alexander reaches across the table. Takes her hand, her small, calloused, capable hand. Neither are you. For a moment, the universe holds its breath. 2 damaged people. 2 different worlds. 1 impossible connection. Then, Alexander's phone explodes with alerts. Alexander's face drains of color, reading his screen. No, 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 no. What's wrong? He shows her. Emergency board meeting called for tomorrow morning. Vote of no confidence. James cross-nominated as interim CEO. James, his brother, his betrayer. Maya reads the leaked emails. Months of planning. Board members convinced Alexander is emotionally unstable, distracted, losing his edge. Anonymous sources citing his erratic behavior and secret health issues. Someone's been documenting his panic attacks. This is a coup, Maya breathes. Alexander stands, pacing like a caged animal. I built this company from nothing. I saved it during the '08 crash. I made them all rich. And he can't finish. The walls close in. Can't breathe. Can't. Maya grabs his face. Look at me. Breathe with me. In through your nose. 4 counts. Hold. Out through your mouth. 6 counts. Again. She breathes with him. Slowly, the panic recedes. I need to fight this, he gasps. Then we fight. We? You stood up for me tonight. For Sophia. Against people who've looked down on me my entire life. You think I'm going to let your brother steal your company? Fire blazes in Maya's eyes. I've been fighting my whole life, Mr. Cross. Let me show you how it's done. They work through the night in Alexander's penthouse office, a glass tower overlooking Manhattan's glittering grid. Sophia sleeps in Alexander's personal suite, guarded by his security team. Maya proves herself brilliant. Her data entry job trained her in financial systems. She finds discrepancies in James' division reports. Small at first, then damning. Embezzlement, fraud, kickbacks. James has been stealing from the company for 18 months, Maya says at 3 a.m., eyes red from screens. Small amounts, hard to trace, but it's all here. Why? Alexander's voice breaks. We shared everything. I trusted him with my life. Maybe that was the problem. Maya's words are gentle. You trusted him so much. You never looked closely. The emergency board meeting is scheduled for 9 a.m. At 8:45, Alexander walks into the Cross-Tech Tower with Maya beside him. The lobby erupts in whispers. James waits in the boardroom, confident. The 12 board members sit in judgment. Gentlemen, lady, James begins, we're here because Alexander has become a liability. Sit down, James. Alexander's voice could cut class. He presents the evidence. Shell companies, falsified reports, emails between James and a competitor planning to tank the Takahashi merger, steal the tech, and sell it. The room explodes, but James plays his final card. Alex has been hiding a mental health crisis, panic disorder, medication. He's unfit to lead. The board members shift uncomfortably. Alexander feels the panic rising, the shame, the weakness he's hidden for years, now weaponized against him. Maya stands. May I speak? This is a closed meeting. One board member objects. Then open it. Maya's voice rings with authority. Because I have something to say about mental health and fitness to lead. Last night, your CEO, this man you're trying to destroy, watched me save a man's life, Thomas Whitmore's life. One of you, she points. And do you know what Alexander Cross did while I performed CPR? He had a panic attack. He couldn't move. He couldn't breathe. Gasps around the table. That he's human. That he feels things deeply. That loss and trauma marked him. Maya's voice strengthens. I'm a single mother working 3 jobs. I have PTSD from my years as a paramedic. Some days, I can barely get out of bed. But I do, because my daughter needs me. Just like this company needs him. She turns to Alexander. Mental illness doesn't make you weak. Hiding it does. Getting help makes you brave. Asking for support makes you human. Silence. Then Thomas Whitmore himself enters the boardroom. Pale, shaky, but alive. I heard there was a vote about the man whose guest saved my life. What's the confusion? Alexander Cross is the CEO. End of discussion. James tries to run. Security stops him. The evidence is overwhelming. The board votes unanimously. Alexander stays. James faces criminal charges. As they escort James out, he looks at his brother. I'm sorry, he whispers. I wanted to be you so badly. You could have been yourself. Alexander replies. That would have been enough. Thursday morning, family court. Maya sits beside her pro bono lawyer, overworked, underprepared. Rick Torres and his new wife sit across the aisle with their $500 an hour attorney. Then Alexander Cross walks in, with his $2,000 an hour legal team. I'm here as a character witness, he tells the judge. For Maya Torres. Rick's lawyer objects. The judge overrules. And Alexander, billionaire CEO, man of few words, tells the court about a woman who saved a life, works 3 jobs, raises a brilliant daughter, and studies for her degree on 4 hours of sleep. She's the strongest person I've ever met, Alexander finishes. If that's not stability, Your Honor, I don't know what is. Sophia testifies too. When asked who she wants to live with, she says simply, my mama, because she chose me. She'll always choose me. The judge rules. Primary custody to Maya. Maya collapses on the steps, sobbing with relief. Sophia wraps her arms around her mother. Alexander sits beside them, this powerful man in his suit, and simply holds Maya as she shakes. Thank you, she gasps. Thank you. You saved my company. I helped with 1 hearing. We're not even close to even. What now? Maya asks. Now, Alexander smiles, a real smile, the first in years. Now I'm making some changes. starting with therapy, publicly, and starting a foundation for single parents pursuing education. That's not necessary. It is. You showed me something, Maya Torres. You showed me that the strongest people aren't the ones who never break. They're the ones who break and still show up the next day. Christmas lights sparkle across Central Park. Maya, Sophia, and Alexander ice skate on Woolman Rink, rented privately, because Alexander is still learning how to be normal. Sophia, wearing new skates, a gift she initially refused until Maya said yes, holds both their hands as they glide. "Are you going to marry my mama?" Sophia asks bluntly. Sophia, Maya's cheeks flame. "What? Abuela says you look at each other like people in movies." Alexander and Maya lock eyes. They've been taking it slow. Dinners, walks, phone calls that last until dawn. Learning each other. Healing together. "Your mama and I," Alexander says carefully, "are figuring things out. No rush. But you like her, right?" "Very much." "And you, mama, do you like Alex?" Maya smiles, a genuine smile, the kind that lights her whole face. "Very much." "Then that's all that matters," Sophia declares. "Love doesn't have to be fast. It just has to be real." They stop at the center of the ice. Manhattan towers around them, a forest of light and steel. "I never thanked you properly," Alexander says to Maya. "You didn't just save my company. You saved me. We saved each other." Maya takes his hand. "I spent so long believing I had to do everything alone, be everything alone. You taught me that asking for help isn't weakness." "What about Sophia?" Alexander glances at the girl spinning nearby. "Does she understand us?" "She understands that you're kind to her mama, that you show up, that you listen. That's all any kid really wants." Maya pauses. "Is this real for you? I need to know, because if this is just..." He kisses her, gentle, tentative, full of promise. When they pull apart, Sophia is watching with the biggest grin imaginable. Finally, she shouts, skating over. "Abuela owes me $5. I said you'd kiss before New Year's." They laugh, all three of them, their breath clouding in the winter air. The Torres Cross Foundation opens its doors in Queens, a community center offering childcare, job training, and educational scholarships for single parents. Maya cuts the ribbon, wearing her brand new nursing degree medal. Alexander stands beside her, his arm around her waist, no longer afraid to show affection, no longer hiding his scars. Sophia, now 8, gives the opening speech she wrote herself. "My mama used to say we had to be strong alone. But now I know something better. We're strong together." In the front row sits Thomas Whitmore and his wife, Victoria Ashford, humbled and volunteering. Philippe from La Ciel Bleu, who now manages the foundation's charity dinners. And in the very back, in a wheelchair, James Cross, recently released from minimum security, attending his court-mandated community service. Alexander catches his eye. James nods. Not forgiveness yet, but acknowledgement. A beginning. That night, on Maya's apartment rooftop in Queens, she and Alexander watch the city lights. Sophia is asleep inside, clutching her old, duct-taped teddy bear and a new one, a gift from Uncle Alex. "Do you ever miss it?" Maya asks. "Your old life, before us, before the chaos." Alexander pulls her closer. "I was dying in that old life. I just didn't know it yet." He turns her face to his. "You and Sophia, you're not chaos. You're the first peace I've had in 5 years, even with board meetings and custody hearings and a foundation to run." Especially then. They kiss as the city sprawls below them, millions of lights, millions of stories, and there's just one among many. But it's theirs, fought for, earned, real. "Mama?" Sophia's sleepy voice comes from the window. "Come to bed. Bring Alex." Maya and Alexander exchange glances. He's been staying over more, slowly, carefully, Building a life together. Coming, baby, Maya calls. They walk inside together, and for the first time in longer than either can remember, neither feels alone. When stars collide, they don't explode. They create new constellations. This is the story of three people who found each other across impossible distances and learned that family isn't defined by blood, wealth, or perfection. It's defined by the choice to show up, to be vulnerable, and to love fiercely, even when the world says you don't fit. In a world that divides us by class, by status, by circumstance, sometimes all it takes is one small girl with mismatched mittens to remind us we're all just humans looking for someone to hold our hand in the dark.